Bom, tá bom? Eu lembro-me da mãe dela andar grávida.
Ele disse no nominal como que só ia dar.
Takao?
Yes.
Entra aí. Boa parte.
Even, it's rather dark in there. There's some steps going up, some steps going down at times. I mean, nothing too out of the ordinary, but just be a little bit mindful as we're in the cellar, and we'll have a lovely time together. Feel free to take some pictures if you like, some videos of the cellars. You can take a picture of me if you like, of course, as well. Yeah, please go ahead. And Lastly, just important that we stay together during the tour, just to make sure not to our right, you will actually see these metal bars. They are flood protection systems to prevent the barrels from floating up and moving around, disturbing the harmony that we see in front of us. And there's a few more you will see to your left as we continue into this room. You can have a seat wherever you like, folks, just over here.
Sorry.
Jamais.